and welcome back to the Players of Life podcast with your host, Adrian Hatcher, and
Candace Thomas, your co-host.
we are back with another episode to describe some anime lists. We have developed a list of the top anime based off a certain amount of categories. Each of us has our own. We actually have multiple, but we had to narrow it down to one category and one anime each. So, do you want to start or should I start?
We'll go back and forth. I'll start.
Okay.
Adventure. I think we agree that it's Hunter x Hunter.
Yes.
That's the case.
Yes.
On that one. No real discussion needed. I mean, it's placed in Adventure because most of the season 1 is about the journey.
Yes. And most of season 1 probably it's set up. It's not even the best of the best, but it is part of the overall story, and it just gets better and better. In my opinion, the reason I put it in action is because even though you can point to it and be like, oh, not every episode is action based, the action that does happen is fire.
Right. And close honorable mention, One Piece.
Oh, you have One Piece on your list?
As my second top.
I didn't even think about that. That's actually pretty good.
It is arguably one of the GOATs of anime. The only reason why Hunter x Hunter takes the top for me because it's just so cute.
How far did you get into One Piece? I think that's a debate everybody
I got to 400 or something.
400? Okay, I'm in the 900s, so I'm closer, but I'm not that close. Now they're in the 1200s. So yeah, that's just crazy. Okay, cool. So like she said, same thing with me. In Adventure, I have Hunter x Hunter. Like we said, action, story gets better and better, complex characters, great storytelling, and it's not even finished. The anime has only done half of what the manga has done. So the manga is still continuing, which means maybe in the future we get more good content from it.
I'm hoping so.
But until then, we'll figure it out. Now your honorable mention was One Piece. My honorable mention was Full Metal Alchemist. Did you see Full Metal Alchemist?
I have not seen Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, brief summary. It's just about two brothers. They have these amazing alchemist powers where they can summon things they do these circles where they can craft and summon stuff. And it's so much more complex than what I'm making it sound. I'm making it sound lame.
I'm not getting the adventure part of it.
There's an adventure that they have throughout it. It's just you have to build up to that. It's very complex. We're gonna watch it one
Sounds
time.
like One Piece takes the cake over that.
Probably. See, my anime is an OG though. Full Metal
so
Alchemist.
Is One Piece. What are you talking about?
One Piece is an OG because it has so many episodes. Full Metal Alchemist doesn't need that many episodes to be as good.
It didn't get that many episodes, is what you mean?
No, it didn't need that many.
It didn't get that many.
Okay, let's go to the next one. All right. So dystopian, basically apocalyptic world, survivalist. Where do they go from here? Type of category. In my dystopian, I have Code Geass as my number one anime for dystopian category. The reason being is, have you seen Code Geass?
No.
All right, Code Geass is this. I think I explained this too. It's about a gentleman that he's living in a world that's basically a dictatorship, and he has to basically overthrow an entire dictatorship by himself. He takes the power from this girl with green hair that gives him the ability to tell people what to do, and with that ability he creates an army and a following, and his whole sole mission is to destroy this dictatorship. So it's fire. I label it as apocalyptic because even though the world didn't end, the world is being controlled by this one force. Everybody's either poor or rich, and most of the people that are poor is anybody that's not belonging to that dictatorship. So it's kind of some Nazi type level stuff if you think about it. So that's why I picked Code Geass. I thought that was the best overall anime for that category. So
I chose Attack on Titan.
I think that's a really good choice.
It is one of the goated new wave animes, more recently come out animes, and it is standing with the best of the best, in my opinion. And the thought of just that first season when they thought they were the only ones with Titans, it don't get no scarier than that.
That's true.
Like that is amazing, and
Mm-hmm.
it's only getting more amazing with every season. Can't wait for this final part 3. Hopefully, final part. Hopefully, they don't drag it out another part.
They probably will. It's some money grab at this point. They know people are gonna
They
watch
can't
too.
say this is the final season and then 4 or 5 parts.
Yeah, yeah. That what they're going to. You know they are. Like I'm pretty sure they're gonna drag it. And really, there's not much to drag. We're
Even
at
though
the
we're loving it,
climax.
we're loving it.
We love it when it's airing, but I remember when we were watching the first initial episodes and then wondering, is that it? And then realizing, oh no, they're gonna make a couple more episodes in like a couple months from now. Thinking like, why didn't they just finish it? But it is what it is.
Honorable mentions?
Uh, Attack on Titan was on my list, but I'll go ahead and say Promise Neverland. I think that was a show we both enjoyed. We both saw it at the same time, had the same reactions. We finished it. Um, Side note, I realized the anime is very different from the manga. Now I didn't finish the manga, but I know the story takes a different turn. It still ends up as a pretty satisfying story. But in terms of the anime, I think we both enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a creeper. I didn't expect to like that one so
Yeah.
much. It felt really perverted when I first started watching it.
Mm-hmm.
All these kids and this woman, and the woman was really creepy. But the more we watched it, the more I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that was one of my honorable mentions, but I'll say my other one, since you said that one already, is Dr. Stone.
Okay, I haven't seen any of Dr. Stone, maybe one episode, so I would like to find out more about it since you do have it on your list.
I think that one is like a real, true dystopian, as far as like you're starting off with just 2 people that's alive. Well, really, one person that's alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can go for that.
It's a good show, and I appreciate the science elements of it. You know, as a woman of science myself, I like to
You like to be involved.
Claim that I am.
Mm-hmm. You understand what he be talking about? I know that's gonna be dropping some science facts.
He definitely be teaching.
Yeah, I don't be understanding none of that. And one episode he did, he was dropping some knowledge. I was like, couldn't feel it.
Next is the drama / romance. We decided to put that all in one because most romantic animes have a lot of drama. For me, I chose Nana because that's just like so many twists and turns, and you hate the main character, you love the main character, heartbreaking, tears, all that. Really felt like the 2 girls named the main characters should have ended up together. I feel like the whole show was building up for them to be in a relationship. Didn't get that payoff, but still, really good show. What about you? What did you choose?
So, before we actually did the pod, like probably a day before we did it, I realized that I needed to add my own. I was going to automatically pick Nana since it was a romantic, but I actually remember a dramatic anime that is very old. It was one of the OGs. Have you ever heard of School Days? So basically School Days, and that's something we could watch and I think you would enjoy. It's about a cast of different characters, a couple girls and this one guy. And basically, I'm going to summarize it like this. It's one guy is basically playing these 2 girls, and he's dating these 2 girls. And it leads to a whole bunch of drama. It leads to a whole bunch of heartbreak. And it leads to some crazy crap happening, like some real stuff that it ends in a way you would not see coming. And it's very dramatic and it's very shocking based off the type of vibe the whole show gave you. So it was gonna be Nana, but I choose School Days, and I feel like Nana would be my extra. Yeah.
My honorable mention is between Fruit Baskets and Peach Girl. Fruit Baskets is definitely a more popular show, and it's really cute. It's really cute, and I did not expect it to be so. It's basically have to do with the Chinese zodiacs, and this girl just falls in love with them. And there's also Peach Girl, which is kind of like a high school drama romance thing, love triangle thing, and it's really dramatic, like Nana as well. So I live for the dramatics.
I feel that. I really do. For the action, This was really hard
Mm.
because I really put adventure and action in the same category sometimes. So for me, I really had to really think what was something that gave me the action that Hunter x Hunter gave me, but also gave me like the feel of regardless of how the story is, the action is just like top notch, top tier,
Mhm.
right? So I just had to do it. I put Naruto. Um, and at one point, Naruto wasn't even in my mind, but it is an OG, like a One Piece. But when I started thinking, man, what were the fights that I remember the most from any animes? I just started thinking about like Naruto versus Sasuke, Rock Lee versus Gaara, Jiraiya versus the Pain. The Pain. I started thinking about Naruto versus Pain. I started thinking about the OG early fights leading up to like Naruto Shippuden, and then you got like Orochimaru and Madara, and you got Sasuke's brother Itachi. It's just all these fights, like you remember it because it stuck with you, and you just knew it was gonna be so fire. Like you didn't care who won. I mean, it's the show is about Naruto, but man, it's ninjas, man.
Mhm.
They're running across water, and they are throwing different jutsus at you. It just sounded so awesome and so cool. So
I agree.
yeah,
For action, it was all about who got the most and the best hooking. Who's hooking?
right.
Who's giving me the fights that are so juicy that I want? And of course, that had to be Naruto. I'm sorry, like full disclosure, I never watched Dragon Ball Z. Don't think I will. So, but to me, Naruto has the best hooking scenes, hands down. Period.
And
I
it really
love Rock
hooked.
Lee with
Yeah.
everything in me.
Mhm.
He was cheated in Shippuden. I don't care what nobody say. They dwarfed him.
Yeah, fight.
Because
Cool fight.
he's stuck in there with Gaara, who's easily like top 3, 5 strongest in the whole universe.
Did you feel like he should have been a main character?
He should have been a main character.
Because I think he had some good fights for not being a main character in Shippuden. Like he had the fight with the bone dude. He had the fight with Madara, where he opened his 8 gates.
Him.
Okay.
In the original Naruto, he went head to head with Gaara and whooped his butt. Not to mention,
he was whooping the butt, and then he got
yes, but this is just a guy. He is real. He's real hooking. He's not using no magic tricks, no extra weapons, no nothing. He's just hooking, and I love that about him. He's just self-determination and will.
Okay, I feel that.
I love him.
I feel that. Okay. What about your honorable mentions? Oh, whoa. Okay. I didn't know that. That's okay. I'm okay with that.
Honorable mention is Claymore, because I just love a badass woman. Love, and I wish I got more than just the one season.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't put it higher up. But for the one season I did get, I thought it was amazing. The fight scenes were great. It had that scary element to it. It had a adventure element to it. It was just great all around to me.
Okay. For me, honorable mention was going to be Bleach. It's another OG. These are really like anime that I feel impacted my childhood because of how hyped the fights used to be. And even though social media wasn't crazy like it is now, back when it was like early social media, you would talk to your friends at school about this, and you would look up the videos on YouTube, and or some people, sometimes the show would air on like Cartoon Network at night, and you couldn't show your friends the fights. Like you had to wait until like the show aired the next night, and that means you had to stay up and see the same cool ass fights. So I think Bleach is top tier to me as well, but I put that as honorable mention. So for me, after our action, we have horror category. I put Devilman Crybaby. Did you see Devilman Crybaby?
I did, actually.
Okay.
I don't remember it being that memorable though.
So for me, it was memorable as a horror because mainly because of the ending, because the show was really setting up a lot of stuff in terms of horror, and And because of the horror element, I just felt like in order for Devilman Crybaby to be top on there, it had to be shocking. And like maybe the last 2 to 3 episodes were so shocking. Like all that build up led to so many deaths and literally the world ending, and with Devilman losing his girl the way she did, and the humans just losing their loving minds. It was ridiculous. I should have picked Devilman Crybaby as my top tier from the very beginning. But I really had a tough time only because Berserk was also up there as well, and it's so hard to choose between horror anime sometimes, mainly because Berserk is a OG in itself. Berserk is about this bounty hunter that just goes on a rampage after all the despair and trauma that he faced in his life. And in order for him to like deal with this trauma, he has to like fight inner demons, and he has to fight actual demons himself. And everybody really knows about the Berserk scene, the crazy scene where he loses his whole team of people. But I chose Devilman Crybaby just because of the shock value of its ending, and that was really traumatic and really horrifying to watch.
For me, for supernatural horror, it was hard to choose because I don't like scary stuff. I try not to force myself to watch scary stuff. But there's one show that I watched as a kid that I loved. It wasn't so much scary as it was just super cool, supernatural, which is Hell Girl, which is the anime about you put in your name on the you put in somebody's name on the website, basically sell your soul to her, to the devil, and she takes out whoever you put in. No questions asked. That day or the next day, whatever, she's gonna get them. And I just
never seen that.
She was so creepy, and the eerie music, and when she would come out, it was like from the if you've ever seen a horror movie with a creepy kid, that's what she was. That's what she embodied, and she had these demon servants that worked for her and carried out her stuff. And
what?
It was just, and she would, when she killed them, and she wouldn't just go and kill them. She would make them live their worst nightmare.
Oh, that's
then
crazy.
Kill them.
That's crazy.
Make them admit that they were wrong. Make them admit that they were a terrible person, and then kill them. So it was just awful. Honorable mention: Tokyo Ghoul.
Ooh, that's a good one. That may be. I may have to rethink my horror picks. Not because they're not great, but Tokyo Ghoul had a good impact on me because not only did I read the manga, but I also watched the anime. Manga is better than the anime, but it was so impactful. So I definitely feel that. I like your picks for sure. So we get to the list that's my absolute favorite. Just a quick disclaimer. The sports category, I love sports animes. When you do a sport anime right, it gets me so hyped. And with sports animes, the one thing people say as a drawback is that there's so much build up, so much talking, that it takes 8 episodes to finally get to the fight. But I like it because you get to see the training montages, you get to see the real fight, the real drama behind why these people have to fight and what they're fighting for. My top pick for sports category is Hajime no Ippo. It is a boxing anime. It is about this underdog guy. He's never boxed in his life, and really he only starts boxing because he finds out that he has raw talent, and he has to basically develop through season after season to the point where he becomes a top-rated boxer. From the very beginning, he is low ranked, and then by the end of the anime, he is one of the most deadliest boxers in the face of the anime, and I love it. I love seeing his fights. I love seeing his little go-to moves, his little power-ups, his motivation is just so amazing. And one thing that sports animes do so well is that they incorporate every character. The main character is important, but they get you to love the side characters and their battle and their struggles. And that's what I really love about sports animes, because they take the time to dive into that. So Hajime no Ippo is my number one for sports.
So I don't watch a lot of sports animes, but last year I watched probably for the first time ever, and Karoko's basketball.
Oh,
Kuroko's
Kuroko
basketball.
no Basket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
fire, wasn't it?
crazy watching them do the most dramatic stuff. Like I'm talking, gonna put like power up to get this super jump
Yeah.
or this super dunk or like I'm shooting from all the way from the other side.
Yeah.
It was just so dramatic. This basic sport that I don't even watch. Like I don't even watch basketball.
Yeah.
But they made it so entertaining that I sat there and watched the whole thing. Like
Yeah, it's fire.
It's the only really sportsman anime that I can remember actually watching all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I gave it what I gave it. I don't really have no other choices.
No, but that's a great choice. It is a great choice. If I have a honorable mention, and these are two shows I would recommend anybody watch. It's called Prince of Tennis. Same type of concept, except in Prince of Tennis, the reason he's called the Prince of Tennis is because he's already good at tennis, but he starts playing people that are even better than him. So imagine somebody who's thought to be one of the best, and he has to all he faces top tier people that have their own special moves, and it's so dramatic. And then there's another one called Haikyuu, and you can attest to this. You saw me watch Haikyuu and how hyped I would get watching volleyball, like watching them spike the ball, watching them get hyped.
Well,
and
if you ever watch women play volleyball, you know what the hype is.
Right.
Link.
Right. So Haikyuu for me was so oh man, it got me so hyped. Sports animes are just honestly probably my favorite category of all time.
And that's just like I don't want to watch sports animes.
Mm-hmm. Now there's one I want us to watch. It's called Blue Lock, and people are really hyping up. It's like a soccer anime, and
I might watch that because I did play soccer.
So that's something we could probably watch together.
Not to brag, but I did score my best friend's team in high school.
Oh, we should do a pod on that.
Listens. Okay, so the next category, let's do comedy. I chose Super Crooks.
Okay.
I thought it was hilarious.
I forgot about that.
I thought, like, it's a newer anime. It's a Netflix anime. I don't know how you feel about those, but it was hilarious having in stitches the whole time. And also they were like genuinely tricking me up, like the schemes and plots and backhanded stuff. Like it was just good.
I feel that. Comedy is next. What you got?
That's what I just said.
So, oh my bad. I thought we were. Oh, I don't know why we were still on sports.
Super Critics was my comedy.
I have 3 on this list. I'm gonna go with One Punch Man.
One Punch Man is very funny.
One Punch Man is. It's weird. It's very weird, but the concept is what makes it so good about this guy who can never lose. And even when you get his backstory, you're like, this is crazy. This is hilarious. He's unbeatable. He beat you in one punch. And to take a concept where this guy, you know, he's not gonna lose, and to make it fulfilling to watch every episode, the way they intertwine the comedy and the side characters, the main character, how the main character doesn't really fight for this big goal in the end. Like you see a lot of main characters, they're fighting to be the number one or the best. He's already number one. He fights sometimes just to get across the street and get his food and then go back home and watch TV. And I think that's a concept that really works for the show. Any honorable mentions for that one?
Romantic Killer. That just came out this year. But no, 2022, the end of 2022. But it was hilarious. I didn't think I was gonna like it when I read the description, but it was hilarious. You even liked it. You thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was really funny. I thought the ending was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
Oh yeah.
I think for me, an honorable mention is probably gonna be Spy Times Family. It's something we've only seen a couple episodes. It's basically about a spy, an assassin, and this telepathic little girl that become like a little joint family due to unreasonable circumstances, and it's based on just their dynamic with each other and how funny that is to put these people together and how their lives are just crazy. I really love that one. And yeah, and then I think we have 3 more categories. Do we decide to do a supernatural category?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Well, no, that was we did supernatural.
We changed it. Okay.
Or it's fantasy.
So fantasy's next. Okay.
What's yours?
So for my fantasy, I have Sword Art Online. I think Sword Art Online does a great job of taking the main character. He's basically trapped in a video game, and actually, you think that it's gonna probably just be like every other main character. He's just gonna save the girl. He's already good at it, but throughout it, you actually like his. I actually like his character. A lot of people don't like Kirito, but in my opinion, Kirito has so much development. Yeah, he's good at it, but it's nice to see somebody that can whoop butt in a video game and knows different things to carry a squad through a dungeon of these incredibly dangerous monsters in a video game where you can actually die. Like, he takes the lead. He knows he's the best, and even when he's struggling to be the best or to get stronger, you like the struggle he goes through. And then they start branching off from him and start bringing other main characters, and I like that too. I think it's a very underrated anime in my opinion.
So that was an anime that I did not like when I first watched it, or at least when somebody recommended it to me. I watched like an episode and I was like, I don't want to watch this trash. And then I went back and watched it maybe 2 or 3 weeks later. And me and my roommate at the time sat and we watched it probably straight through. And I was like, I seriously judged this too hard because this is really good, actually. So if you watched an episode or two and you thought it was trash, go back and give it another try. It actually is a pretty good fantasy.
Okay.
I'll say that. My favorite one is Manji.
Let's go. I'm glad you added that one.
Because the whole dungeon, they're going in and trying to beat these dungeons to try to be the best. And it was just so good. It was just so good. All the side characters were so good. It was funny. The action was great. It was just a great show. It was super cute too. It doesn't hurt for a show to be super cute. I just loved it.
Nice.
Honorable mention for me honorable mention for me, Inuyasha. I had Inuyasha also in my romance category because I love the interaction between the love triangle between Inuyasha, Kagome, Kogura. I wanted her to choose Kogura. It
didn't work out, but I mean, we can all dream.
Boyfriend, he's toxic as hell.
Man.
But yeah, and then that was the first anime I ever watched. Fun fact, Inuyasha. Cool. I didn't know it was an anime at the time. I just knew that this show came on at 4 a.m. Set an alarm, 2 alarms, one for get up for school and one to get up to watch Inuyasha first, and then go back to sleep.
That's some dedication.
That was before DVR was a thing.
So. For me, it was more of just staying up and make sure my parents don't hear the TV because I'm up so late watching at night. The best stuff was at night when we was kids. It was always like that. Do an honorable mention? I don't really have an honorable mention for this one. Sword Art Online pretty much does it for me, and I couldn't really think of anything. I guess I could give Inuyasha. We talked about it. Fairy Tail was never one of my favorites. I really struggled to finish Fairy Tail when it initially came out. Doesn't mean it's bad, but I just personally, in my opinion, it wasn't in that top tier.
Your personal wrong opinion.
It's okay. I'll be wrong for that. And I think that's it for our list, right? We pretty much summarized every category. Guys, if you liked this episode, if you wanted to leave a comment in the comment section on YouTube about what was your favorite animes for each category, you can go ahead and do that. You can also like and subscribe. We also can be followed on Anchor and Spotify and Apple Music. If you do want to support the podcast at any point, other than liking, comment, and subscribing, just leave a voice message on Anchor about what you think about the pod and what episode or what you would like to hear from us in the future.
If you want to hear some more anime content from us, please let us know, because I'm all for more excuses to watch.
Right, I'm all for just talking about anime that we like. Like, we could check out Blue Lock. Never know, we may actually want to do an anime review on it.
Definitely want to do a review on New Teen Attack on Titan when that comes out.
Right. Well, we'll see how long it takes to come out. With that being said, guys, we appreciate you listening to the pod. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Playhouse of Life podcast, and we will see you guys later.
Peace. Love and hair grease.